The legend continues. We've walked all this time together. We made history. Even now, our footsteps become history. We are already legends. And the legend continues. Code A, Day1, ByuN, Trust, Creator, Special, DRG, KeeN. Africa TV, Freak Up Studio, live. 2021 GSL Season 2.
Welcome back, everybody. It's time for that final best of 5. Quick announcement here, because I know people tune in and out of the streams. We are going to have a studio audience when Code S starts.
That's right. So literally 2 weeks from today, we are opening up the studio again, but it will only be to 30 people per day, at least for some time. You will have to get tickets for that, and we will give you guys more information on exactly how to do that going forward. But that's amazing because, literally, we haven't had a live audience since 2019.
Yeah.
And we are halfway through
God,
2021.
it's actually been,
more than that even. Yeah. Because coronavirus started here in January of 2020.
We were one of the first countries hit. We were actually the second country hit after China. So, excuse me.
So it's been very lonely
here. It's been weird, honestly. I am now used to not casting in front of an audience. It's going to be fun to have people back here, to feel that energy, to feel that hype.
If you guys see us and say hi to us and we scream and run away, it's
it's because we've developed mental disorders since since the pandemic.
So sorry about that.
Yeah.
We don't mean anything by it, I swear.
Just it's going to be weird having people back in here. Yeah. And then eventually, you know, once we've really beaten the pandemic out here, we can just have everybody here. We can have orgies or toasts. We can do anything, man. By then, we're going to completely lose our minds.
Oh, yes.
No, I mean, it's going to be great to finally have people here.
Actually, you just made me think of something.
Yeah.
Do you remember where they tried this thing here like 1 or 2 times where it was like playing like dance music during like GSL or something? Where it was trying to be like a party kind of?
When we had a DJ.
Something like that. I can't.
Yeah, I remember we had a DJ.
It's only coming back to me a little bit. Like
that was like one
really
event we
weird.
did. Yeah.
It just.
Well, we've had the show around for so long. I mean, production's experimented with a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be good to have you guys down here. You kind of, at least I don't normally think of casting as a performance, but I guess we are kind of entertainers. So like, it's kind of weird to have not done this in front of actual people for a while. Why are you laughing at me, Artosis?
Well, I guess we are.
I guess
entertainers.
Well, we have an actual group of people that are here. They can listen to what we're doing. They can see the show live.
You may be an entertainer, Tasus. I'm here to talk down to the plebs and let them know what's going on in the game, okay?
It is going to be wild, though, seriously, to have people back here in the studio. There's been a second studio that opened up.
Oh, my God. Are we going to have I wonder if we're going to have an audience there.
We never actually had an audience there.
That's true. It opened after coronavirus started.
Yeah, there's always a possibility a GSL finals can be held there.
Maybe.
There's a bunch of stuff in the works
It's
out
bigger
here.
than this one. It's a lot bigger.
It's huge, and it's located under the tallest building in the country.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we never got to show that to anybody because of the pandemic. You can see it in video, but that's also going to be wild to finally have an audience down there.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
So, up next, guys, DRG versus KeeN.
Yeah, okay, so DRG versus KeeN. I mean, it's obviously DRG favored. His ZBT is God tier. That's really by far his strongest matchup. KeeN, I think, is a very underrated Terran player. He's always underrated. He's stronger than people give him credit for, but like I would favor DRG's Zerg vs Terran against almost everybody.
On any given day, he might be the best ZVT in the world. He makes it look really, really easy.
He has some games where he does look amazing.
Yeah. Where I'm like, wait, did the humans ever beat the bugs, or is that not a thing?
Like when Innovation kills your fourth and then you out macro him and kill him, I'm like, oh wow, that's like, I know Innovation is not #1 Terran right now, but he's good enough that that's very impressive. But yeah, we'll see what KeeN can end up doing here.
I'm curious to see if this is close. I feel like it shouldn't be, but maybe KeeN surprises us. KeeN's one of the guys we don't cast all the time. He makes appearances here and there. He has been around for a long time. Yeah, we just don't. I don't know what to expect here. With
the thing is,
like
he has, when he is in really good shape. Like I don't know, I don't want to like oversell it, but like when he's in really good shape, he can basically kill anybody. Like if you recall, like one of the seasons, he almost knocked out Maru. Like he had Maru dead to rights, and then Maru just like double proxy racks him or something and killed him, if I recall correctly. And it was like, oh man, wouldn't that have been wild? That was like Maru's run of 4 GSLs in a row never would have happened. But no, he shows really great games sometimes, and I'm hoping that he can show some here against DRG.
Yeah, good to switch things up from the great PvTs we've had already tonight. We're going to be going to that ZVT now. Romanticide for the first map, then Blackburn, 2,000 atmospheres, Light Shade and Oxide. I hope this is close.
That's cool that we're going to have Blackburn. Excited.
Yeah. All right, it is 2021, but an esports event will still have dubstep plans. We are just locked in a time period, Artosis.
I like it. I honestly, I mean, that's what makes people nostalgic, right? Like, is music that was like the music that you liked when you were
from a certain era,
a certain area of your life, right? So, like in this or Avril Lavigne, I'm good.
That's right. You are an Avril Lavigne fan, Artosis.
Who is not? Tasteless is the bigger question.
That's a good point. All right, we were having a little bit of a problem here, but it looks like we're finally going to get our Terran player in here. Okay, now the game has started up. This is going to be on Romanticide, guys. A best of 5, and our final best of 5 of the night to find out which of these two players goes on to Code S.
Team NV, DRG. Africa Freaks, KeeN.
Oh.
All right. This is the way to start it right here, my friend.
So this is the rush, I think, where you have the SCVs mine through.
Yeah.
Normally we see it actually a little bit further up.
Yeah, normally you have it in this one, so you only have to mine twice, but you could do like those 2 SCVs mine through one and a mule does the other.
Yeah, yeah, which I think is what this is.
I think
so. A little bit harder
right?
to spot, a little bit delayed, but I think this is a great way to open up. I'm excited to see how this is going to work. I like to see these variations of little cheese builds like this.
And it seems he might catch an eye on this. You never know. People change the way that they're... Whoa, DRG and KeeN have never played? That's
weird.
crazy.
Actually, that makes sense. I have no memory of these guys ever casting these guys.
Well, I mean, they're both old school enough that I'm actually kind of surprised. Like, I don't have a memory of it either, but there's, like, we've casted...
We've done so many games that there's...
4,200 matches, so there should be plenty that we don't remember. Okay, I guess maybe he'll... skip the mule, he's just going to pad through here. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just as quick.
Well, it's actually no quicker to try to mine out with the mule, I guess.
Why not waste a mule, though?
Yeah.
All right, drone's coming down to fight. One with his Baneling cosplay on.
The drones are going to come in here. They're trying to get a surround on the Marine. The SCV actually cancels trying to build, and that forces a cancel on the bunker. And, you know, this is a dance that must be done perfectly if you're going to win. The Overlord now propped over to survey incoming Marines.
Oh, that pullback.
DRG is basically handling this perfectly.
Yeah, but this is actually not as cheesy as it looks. Well, not as... Well, it's not an all-in build anyways because it's just 2 racks, but like he went into Reapers after a couple Marines, so it was a... The Reapers are actually pretty scary, right? Like no Zergling speed on the way or anything.
Yeah,
he's making 2 more. This was actually a very clever build. I actually didn't even realize that that's what was going on.
I didn't notice until the Reapers actually got up, and then I'm like, oh, all right.
But that's very cool because now like 4 Reapers against this, that is extremely annoying to try to deal with. 4 Reapers can pick off a queen and everything.
But is this really worth it? I mean, he's going to expand back here, but the barracks are going to have to float back. It's a lot of production. It's going to be hiccuped. And Reapers don't really scale that well later on. Now, with no queen here, this actually could go very, very nicely.
Yeah, no, these are doing fantastic. I think that this is a really cool build. Very tricky. Because you've got to treat it like he's going to kill your hatchery with the Marine Rush. Ooh, loses 1, so a little bit of miscontrol there, I think.
So this is beginning to slow down here, especially with the creep connected. The Reapers just don't quite have the power. As long as DRG is fast and on top of what he needs to do, he's going to get in here.
But you know what? He forced a lot of Lings to be made.
Right, and Ling speed's coming finally.
Yeah, the creep spread is going to be a lot slower.
But is there counterplay for the Zerg? Can you go like Ling Bane and try to do a bust now?
I don't think so. I think that's more risky than going into a macro game for DRG.
Okay.
Like, I think DRG goes into macro play here because, like, this was not that big of an expenditure. Like, look, he's already got his starport about halfway done, 3 CCs. KeeN is doing all right here. We'll see where DRG wants to go with it. He's about to have his Zergling speed done, which is nice, continuing to make queens. Has that 3rd hatch, going to be about halfway done here at the 3rd base. Overlord going to go in for a little bit of scouting.
And so, you know, KeeN opened up, I think, pretty intelligently and pretty originally as well. But we don't know really where he's at as far as, you know, mid-game and late-game TVZ go. That's the question we got to ask ourselves here. Because, again, DRG, it's weird, too, because, like, DRG was gone for a while. And when he came back, I sort of didn't know what to expect, and I actually had a little bit of a bias, you know, against where he would probably end up. I thought, okay, this guy was like really good in Heart of the Swarm, but that was a long time ago, and now the modern players are really strong. And then when the game started up, I'm like, oh God, he was always the best, even when he wasn't competing. He's so good.
Yeah, well, he did have just a dynamite few seasons at GSL so far, right?
Yeah.
Like he got that round of 4. He's, again, I mean, I've mentioned this a few times for people that watch a lot, but he is older than Nestea was when Nestea won his championship.
That's right.
Or even when he won his 3rd championship. So if DRG wins one at this point, he's got the all-time record in all of StarCraft for age, which is amazing.
Okay, here come those Hellions now, trying to roast some of these drones, and so far they've done a pretty good job. The Lings need to come in here and try to curb the damage, and honestly, KeeN couldn't have done better.
That was awesome.
It was like, he got the kills, he didn't lose a single Hellion.
Yeah.
I mean, that literally was perfect.
Oh, fantastically done. Lair is going to be finishing here. We'll see if he's going to go Spire. I think he probably will.
Yeah, DRG has a tendency to lock into Lair tech and basically just win the game through a series of extremely abusive fights.
He does very well with Ling Bane Muta.
He's probably the best Ling Bane Muta player in the world. Rogue up there, but I mean, if I think of all the Ling Bane Muta games that we've casted together, the number of times we just see DRG like basically show that sometimes there's literally no reason to tech to Hive. Like you already have everything you need.
He's very
You're
good.
Like, a Hive, that could have been another Mutalisk.
I've liked some of his Ultralisk finishes out of that as well, which sometimes you need to do. Okay, so some Hellbats being morphed up here. A lot of Marines mixed in. Stims forward.
Okay,
My God.
Yeah, this is just shredding DRG. Maybe this is the way you got to beat DRG, to be honest.
Yeah,
you know, the
not
Bane's
quite
just
getting
not. Yeah, it's like every Hellbat basically lived through that. That's going to be a lot more damage coming out here. There's going to be 3 more about to hatch. And, oh, just picks up in the nick of time. I think KeeN might end up taking this, man.
Yeah, it really does look that way.
I think he could snowball this damage all the way to a win.
Oh, the drone's being sent in the wrong direction. GG is called.
What a game, KeeN.
Yeah.
Came prepared today.
Who
cares about mid-game if they never get to it?
KeeN was so fresh in that game.
Yeah.
That was awesome to see.
Very exciting
I
game.
love the 2 Marine bunker push into 4 Reapers for the pressure, but then teching up in double CC behind. Like, he really didn't even invest that much. A lot of lost mining time for DRG, a lot of slow lings made and then lost.
And it really set up for a Hellbat push that actually worked, by the way.
Well, I would say that was more of the Sim Marines than the Hellbats, honestly. But
Dude,
yeah,
the Hellbats really lasted a long time,
something.
Artosis.
They did do something, Tasteless.
And so Blackburn is going to be.
Don't you use that lip with me, Tasteless. Hellbat pushes suck.
Blackburn's where it's going to go down. Let's see what KeeN's got in store right now. He's managed to zone DRG out of mid-game. And our game's ready now. Let's go.
Team NV, DRG. Africa Freaks, KeeN.
All right, I'm excited for this Blackburn game. See how they want to play this map.
Yeah, it is a map that could allow for some unusual rushes. We've seen a lot of tinkering with this little area that connects the 2 bases at the bottom. You can hop stuff up there.
Yeah.
But who knows? You know, sometimes you do a rush like that at the start to kind of keep the opponent in check, and then you dial it back into normal macro games.
You know what's kind of funny? That GSL finals we had where Rogue just killed Maru, like wrecked him with just roaches.
Yeah.
And then since then we've just seen like no roach ZVTs.
It was a confusing finals, Artosis. I was it was one of the weirder casts we've ever had where I'm like, oh, is that what you do now? And
no,
then
it's not though.
It was a fever dream of a finals if there ever was one. I'm like, huh, I didn't know Maru loses that fast, and I didn't know these units could be used like this, but now maybe we have a totally new game, and you're right, here we are, we're back, and it's like, nope.
Why is that camera bouncing so much?
Which, oh, DRGs?
Is he like a knee bouncer? Is that what's going on? Are you a knee bouncer?
I was a knee bouncer for a while. Do you mean when I play, do I bounce my knee?
Yeah.
I don't do that at all anymore. Yeah, I probably did when I was younger. Yeah. I always feel like that's a young, like a kid thing, kind of. Like you have this like...
Kind of nervous.
Like I just have a weird nervous energy that...
Yeah.
You're kind of fidgety. But no, I don't do it now.
Well, at this point, I've lost more games than anyone else has played, so it's like, well, I don't feel anything anymore.
But I think it's actually that he's just... DRG's very engaged with the mouse. He jerks the mouse around a lot, which maybe means it's a sensitivity thing, mouse sensitivity.
Yeah, you might have very, very low sensitivity.
Yeah, and so he has to really slide his arm back and forth.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Wrecked Reaper, Hellions being produced.
Just gonna listen to that alarm going off down there forever. Oh, that's funny. They're actually going to try to fix the camera now for DRG. Look.
Oh yeah. No, it's too wiggly. They don't.
We weren't the only people noticing someone in production.
Well, it's just. I'm like, why do we have DRG in a vibrating chair? Is that fair to him? Like, well, he does have creep and banelings. I'm like, oh, you know what? You're right. Yes.
Is it fair that he has to play by sitting on one of those beds where you put a coin in it and it vibrates?
A little bit of harass here. Put some damage on a queen. Not the most impactful thing, but slow him down, push him back a bit. Now, DRG, are you going to be... Oh, it's a BC opener. All right, Lair coming up on 2 base.
Yeah, he is
This is
playing
probably a
to
two-hatch
different
Muta
tune.
opener.
I think it has to be.
And okay, so 2-hatch Muta.
Could it be Nidus?
Yeah, it could. It could. That's
So
fair
it's
enough.
a possibility, but I don't see a Roach Warren
I
or
think
anything.
it's the thing is KeeN knows that there's no additional base, so you'd kind of be on guard for a Nidus. So I think it's just so much more likely that it would be because 2-hatch Muta you can just play a macro game out of, right?
Yeah, no, you could just tech up into Mutas and then play a very calm game from there.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like even if your opponent knows it's happening, it's fine. A little bit of healing going on. That third hatchery is being taken. The BC being produced now. There's a Viking out to help push back some of these overlords. All right, the Reaper actually went up in the main base to confirm what's going on. But yeah, it got pretty far in there. But I guess the Spire is at the natural.
Yeah, it's probably a better spot to have that hidden. Viking going to go ahead and take out this overlord.
Ooh, nails a couple of the active tumors there. Very nice.
And yeah,
Yamato incoming.
Oh, no,
As well as 2 more gases.
That seems pretty early.
Oh, he's going to go mech. Is, I think, like 99% chance he's going to go mech here.
Very interesting. This might be a really good map to go mech on.
Yeah, it seems it, right?
You can basically push right through the center and probably just push into their main and kill them. You don't have to do so much of that whack-a-mole play.
I like it, yeah.
I didn't really notice it until you pointed it out, but yeah, this map doesn't seem to be bad at all for mech.
Yeah, and generally when you go BC, you're going to be going into mech anyways. It's pretty rare to see anything else. Okay, so the BC teleports in, putting some damage onto some of these queens. But there's some good transfusion energy, so not really getting as much done as I think you would have hoped there. 4 drones dead, lands this Viking.
Yeah, the harass continues on. And these links come up and clean up the rest of that. So the battlecruiser was chased away. You know, just like we were casting earlier with BC, the idea is that as long as you're not losing this, it's getting value out.
Yeah, repair is always the right choice.
Yeah.
It is so hard to even come up with situations where you don't want to repair units.
Yeah, well, it's so much cheaper than making new units.
Yeah, I think people don't really realize how much cheaper it is. It's insanely cheaper.
Yeah.
You're like losing more money oftentimes from the workers not mining than you are from the repair itself.
Yeah. So Yamato's done, excuse me. I never noticed that there's alarms going off on this map until now.
Well, there's mutas flying by. You don't want alarms for that?
Mayday, mayday.
Hey, let's get inside. There's mutas coming.
Okay, so this is the BC build where he's actually going to get 2. I don't know if we're going to have a third. I feel like if you get Yamato, you want to make more BCs. That would make that upgrade more valuable, but he's not doing that right now.
You get Yamato, generally you get 3 BCs at least.
Yeah.
Like, he's focused on Thor's, turrets, things like that, so I think that's fine. So maybe it's a delayed 3rd BC, or maybe he decides because it's Spire Tech, screw it, because you know your opponent is going to have that anti-air that's good against them, right? Like, he could just add in some Corruptors or something, but he's actually making a surprising amount of mutas. And I'm very interested to see how DRG wants to deal with this. Definitely mech was a thing way back when DRG was a champion, and you know, there were muta strategies against it and whatnot. We'll see if he continues from the amount he's already made. +1 air attacks is on the way here.
So the mutas are going to just go right by. Obviously that Yamato cannon can track pretty nicely, but this is a lot of mutas over here, and there's really not anything defending. If he could snipe these mines, that would be really nice.
Gets one, but Thor's pushing back for now. Flying back into the main base.
And he can basically avoid the battle cruisers. And he's continuing to make mutas, by the way. We're getting up to 8 more right now.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to just flood him with mutas.
That is, like, against Thors and mines and turrets.
Thor's counter mutas, but sometimes if you just have a stupid amount of mutas, you kind of just shoot him down and then the game ends.
Well, I think we're, like...
The thing is, there's Widow Mines out, there's Thors.
He's getting +2 air attack. I am worried for DRG, Tasteless. I am
Oh my
worried for
God.
him. The amount of splash damage that awaits these mutas.
Well, let's see.
It
If
is
the Lings,
significant.
if the Lings triggered, it's okay. But like, if 2 Widowmine hits hit these mutas, DRG is gonna have a bad night.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, not bad if it hits the edge.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some damage, loses 1. Okay. It's doable. But, I mean, you even see the size of the Mutalisk clock, right?
Yeah. I
don't know about this strat, Tasteless. Like, it feels like KeeN is playing correctly against it, right? He's getting upgrades, he's making missile turrets, he's making Thors. Eventually, there's going to be enough Thors that Mutalisks, if they see them, they will die. Of fright. They'll turn to stone and fall to the ground and shatter. Right? We have 4 Thors right now.
It just seems like he way overmade. And
he must just be going for like a base trade. Look, he is taking like the whole map. He's spreading creep everywhere.
Yeah, he is growing at a pretty terrifying rate.
You know, he's old like Nestea. He's a champion like Nestea. Maybe he's going to go like Nestea and just make 1,000,000 Banes to kill all the Thors.
Maybe that's the plan. So he is going to snipe down that battlecruiser.
Okay.
You know, with this many mutas, you can actually sort of fight what normally counters you. Normally you see that many turrets, you never want to send mutas in there, but with the Thors here, that's the real thing you have to avoid.
Yeah. Okay, down to 19 mutas.
Oh boy.
Oh. Another one goes down. Yeah, I do wonder about this. He's got 1-1 on the way for the Lings. He's still droning up super heavily.
And this is...
So he's going up to 90 drones.
It did pan out into a game where, like, this is how DRG plays, man. Ling Muta Bane.
Yeah.
He got there in a different way.
Yeah, he did.
But maybe you can just get so many Banes like you were saying.
Well, you remember that game on Belshir Beach where Nestea literally just made so many Banelings he killed Mass Thor with it.
Yeah, yeah, and then there were Banelings left over.
Nestea! And he just rolls through everything literally. I don't know if that's what he's going to do, but it seems that way. Like, eventually you're going to have to kill the Thors, right? He does some damage there with the Banes. Everything's on fire for now. 1-1 going to be finishing up. +1 carapace here for those mutas who already have +2 attack, by the way, so they definitely can deal a lot. 8 more mutas on the way. It's getting the hive.
The thing is, I feel like we've really just been watching DRG play this game, and KeeN's kind of been in single player the entire time. He had a battlecruiser that came out once.
Yes.
There's not been a push.
The Viking landed and died.
Yeah, and it was like very, very cool when it went down, but now it, like Zerg has taken literally every base on his side of the map.
Yeah.
We're going to see DRG probably expand to the top center. Like,
he better. He needs that base. Look at this. He's lost 28 mutas so far. The value of the mutas is so high. Oh my god.
KeeN's not maxed out now, but DRG is going to the point of no return here.
I am wiggly with excitement about how this is actually going to look when KeeN gets what he wants. Because eventually KeeN will move across the map. That will occur at some point.
The thing is, the passivity of the Terran is so much, it's like he hasn't done... He hasn't made a mark on the map. Now Zerg's expanding to the base that's close to the Terran. And, like, yeah, it's going to be cool when KeeN gets what he wants, but, I mean, how many times over has Zerg gotten to the greatest economic position ever?
Yeah, that's true. We are seeing that.
And it's not like mech pushes fast. You know an army's going to dive onto this, and it's going to be Zerg remaking more quickly than Terran can, right?
Well, KeeN is going to have, like, every upgrade in the army that he wants to fight against this. He's against 27 mutas right now. EC's going around the map. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. He's just kind of... DRG's just kind of getting everything right now.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Ravens. Corvid Reactor coming up. Okay.
Hey, beautiful block there.
Like, if you're going to play a very long game, the Ravens are going to be useful, right? Armor Shred is going to be... Imagine this, Tasteless. I'm going to set this up for you. Armor Shred on 30 mutas, and then you attack them with your Thors.
Pretty good, Artosis.
DRG will have never been born when that happens. That is so many Mews. Look at how much damage! They just took 1,000 damage easy.
Yeah, but they're just going to pull away and probably heal up over time.
They heal super quick. You're definitely right about that.
They got that Wolverine DNA.
They do. Just like the Reapers. Your DRG's camera's still bouncing. Dude, yeah, I guess.
DRG looks like he's on an amusement park ride in his camera.
You know, like, I like that he's preparing Ultralisk tech. Like, Ultra Ling can counter Thor. It's definitely something that can occur. Like, Thors do very high burst damage against ground. I feel like you definitely need some Drilling Claws here. You definitely need some Mines mixed in. Okay, the Mute is going for a counterattack. This is the type of move that, well, you're just trying to avoid the Thors at this point. Honestly, I feel like he should be leaving some Thors in each base. Oh, the armor shred! No, the Thors only get like one shot off, though.
Yeah, that was crazy. They're going to get away and heal up again. So, I guess, the big question really is, like, if you can... Is it worth it for Terran to do this if you can completely take literally the entire, all bases available to your race on the map? He literally has top and bottom Artosis.
Yeah, he's 12 and 6. I've never even seen anyone take those bases.
We never even talk about those bases because it's like, what's the point? And here's the other thing.
I didn't even know there was a base at 12, man. Okay, the Mute is flying. Magic Box the Thor. A couple more Thors down here right now.
Well, this is just so many. And look, he can trade it efficiently.
Yeah, that's true. He can trade inefficiently. And now he's switching into Mass Ultra. 9 Ultras on the way. Ultra speed almost done. Magic Boxing those Thors once again.
Doesn't actually kill that Thor. Big loss.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of Mutas now.
Oh, the Bane's going to come through again. But there's good protection, good cover over there.
Overseer's, again, completely wrecked. All right, Ling Ultra now. And, I mean, DRG has a lot of money. His bank is not super huge right now, but he does have 88 workers mining. I really want to see him actually saturate 12 and 6 to pull as much resources out of those as possible, because those will be the first bases that die.
Yeah, I think you make a very good point with that. Now, the Bane Ultra may be enough to topple the Terran.
That must be demoralizing. He sent the Ultras there of all places on the map.
With his dead Ultra friend over there. Now, again, the Planetary is utterly useless when you have this many Banelings. And what I'm worried about with Terran is, first of all, Terran's never actually pushed or attacked. So Zerg has so much of the map that, like, yeah, you can literally have Banes clicked onto a Planetary and it's fine.
For sure. He's just trying to clear out this one VC. It looks like it teleported up there, so it will be dying.
Yeah, that's going to be wiped out.
Oh, he's back into Mutas now. He's remaking Mutas. You know, dramatic tech shifts like this used to be the way in StarCraft 2,
right,
to play against mech. It would be things like you go mass something that kind of can fight against them, and then you run it into them and you see what you killed, and then you go mass thing that what you killed countered. Like if you kill a bunch of tanks, okay, roaches again. If you kill all their Thors, okay, Mutas. You know, that type of idea. Used to be like back in Wings of Liberty how people were doing it. Yeah, the Mutas coming again.
Am I wrong? Terran is eventually going to die here, right?
I mean,
there's just no way.
I thought for sure, like, once you get up to 10 Thors, it would... Look, he's going double Nidus. Oh, we talk about that all the time, Tasteless.
Yeah, there's just not enough. This style just isn't good. I mean, KeeN did not seem to have a real plan. And this is what happens if you don't control a Zerg. And it's why DRG is a champion. I mean, look, there's not that many more bases that you can safely take. The gold base is going to be another big target over here.
Well, the Thors come down, push that all back again. KeeN at 47 workers.
I think the nail in the coffin is going to be when the Niduses come out here and wipe out the factories. And then, as you know, Thors aren't fast. Even if they come up there and take a fight, you just send everything.
Yeah, double Nidus. If he double Nidus is the main, I mean, you send the Mutas in to probably draw fire and then just do it. It's going to be crazy. Yeah, it seems like DRG he has so much. He just... He had so much taste.
That was not a normal StarCraft 2
That was
game.
a very weird
That was
game.
very odd. I mean, the opening was interesting, but like, basically, KeeN didn't do anything. KeeN was like playing one of those city builder games.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna put my fire station over here. I'll make some apartments here. And it's like, this is a StarCraft game, and you actually, if you don't attack, this guy's a pro gamer. This guy is going to, he took literally every base.
Yeah,
except for the ones on the Terran side of the map, which Zerg can't get. Literally, we've never seen that many bases taken on that map. We probably never will again.
No, probably not.
And KeeN's like, he thinks that giant robots are going to win this for him?
I thought he was going to be okay,
He's a
but
Gundam
no,
fan?
I guess not.
No, I don't think so. 2,000 atmospheres to see who will break the tie right now.
Team NV, DRG. Africa Freaks, KeeN.
Well, you know, I feel like there are a few things that KeeN definitely could have done better that game. Like, if he maybe leaves a couple Thors in his main with those turrets, because it was all those counterattacks that were really doing work, you know?
Yeah. But I do want to point out, there was nothing stopping DRG from making Nidus's earlier there, by the way. Like, DRG was so far from ever losing. I don't know. We're not going to have another game like that.
I don't think so, but,
No, there's no
KeeN
way.
always mixes in like a BC mech game, too.
Sure.
Like he definitely does mix that stuff in.
And that was what happened back there.
Yeah,
But
it did not go well.
I think it's past us now.
Okay. Well, I mean, game one was obviously much more successful for KeeN. That kind of neat proxy 2 racks into Reaper.
Yeah.
Really liked that play from him. That big Stim Marine and Hellbat push. Obviously not doing something like that this time, but we'll see what else he has up his sleeve, right? Because he's used 2 extremely different plays.
Right.
One of which I haven't really seen anything played quite like that before.
So you're just checking to see if there's a third base here.
Yeah, figures it probably will come, but DRG showing us the power of his 2 Hatch Muta play there.
Ooh, got that off just in the nick of time. So that's going to be a hatch in a more forward spot. A lot of Zergs like to just take the bottom. It's just a little bit harder for Terran to get to.
Triple CC coming up for KeeN behind the Reactor to Hellion. Or no, Reactor Marine, sorry.
Yeah.
Factory coming up now. So, okay, so that's like basically the quickest triple CC that you can go for. A little bit interesting as well, because I think this is like a more popular map for things like BC openers because that big dead airspace behind your main and natural.
That's a good point, yeah.
So, like, if I was DRG, I'd probably be looking at this map and thinking, I think it's likely if he's going to do a BC opener, this could be the map for it, right? And we already used it on Blackburn, and the way it went, maybe you can't even bluff doing that. Maybe if KeeN won on Blackburn with the BC into mech play, I could see DRG being really on the defensive here for another BC follow-up, but obviously that is not occurring right now.
Yeah, I gotta say, the range of play from KeeN here has been pretty exciting. It's been pretty refreshing to see.
Nice. It's nice. Definitely agree with that.
So this is going to be a game. Obviously, the third base is going to come up right away. It doesn't look like Zerg has any plans to try to interrupt the progression of the Terran, and so Zerg's going to have to be ready for a push later on. A very quick third base that goes uncontested means a very quick push later on in the game that has a lot of momentum behind it.
Hey, still BC, Tasteless.
Okay, so that's funny. This is
3 CC into
3
BC.
BC. Like, if one night has popped up in this base, it's over. This is so risky.
Yeah, this is pretty greedy. It's pretty greedy.
This might be the greediest thing ever.
I shall give you that. Well, it would be more greedy if it was 2-port BC Tasteless. And he went 3 eBays.
Yeah, like how can we make this even more unfeasible?
Do you remember the 4cc builds? Wasn't that 4GG that did that, or was that
MVP?
No. MVP started the 3cc builds, and then remember, like 4GG came in.
Oh, that's wait.
And
Maybe
started.
You're right.
He tried 4.
No, there was one game where 2 Terrans both made 3 CCs and MVP made a 4th CC, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I remember
is that the play here? Like,
yeah. That's cool.
Look out!
Oh, disgusting. Glad that's flown to the top. I'm gonna send my boat over and get those.
Yeah. Okay, the Hellion drop comes in, and I mean, he does a good save, but he's also not killing anything with this.
It's okay though, because BC's gonna be the way, and it is gonna be BC mech again. Oh, this is exciting.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, no,
I really thought that it was gonna not be that mech play after that.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't go very well, but like I said, this is a much better map because of that dead airspace, right? 4 BC openers.
Yeah.
And BC openers, like, almost every single game go into mech. And the thing is, I don't feel like KeeN's bad at it, even though DRG smashed him. He, like, monster punched him to the moon, you know what I mean?
All right, here comes that battle cruiser. Honestly, not a lot of drones killed back there.
No, not too much yet.
Transfuse is saving that queen up until that moment.
Yeah, wants to back off, though. You don't want to be eating that many queen shots.
And this is what Artosis was talking about, guys, is this spot back here you can kind of tuck a battle cruiser at.
And you never know, like, are you going to pop out in the main or the natural, right? And that's highly annoying, because you got to watch the queens back and forth. So he pops up here, does some damage. Oh, I'm gone again. Where am I going to come out?
Good usage of these Evos to kind of block out anybody who's going to try to attack it. And we do have a different set of behaviors here from DRG. He's making a Roach Warren.
He is, but he's also getting that Spire.
Oh, hold on. He's actually getting melee attack and armor. Okay, I thought maybe we were going to have...
well, the fact that he has a Roach Warren, like, we might... you know what? That actually might be a defensive one. He might be looking at the number of Hellions and saying, oh, this could be BC Hellbat.
Yeah.
Because we have actually seen that before. In fact, I think we've seen KeeN do that before. I think he used that against Rogue, actually.
So he runs into the 4th base over here. Oh, no, he's not going to kill that SCV? All right.
Oh, wait, no, I think I'm thinking of Dream, actually, not KeeN.
I think you are thinking of Dream, yeah.
Yeah. They actually overlap in my brain a little bit. They're like these really handsome, underrated Terran players that have big ranges of play.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10 mutas on the way. Will this game look the same as before? It's such a different opener here from KeeN, though. He's got such a big economy already.
Well, KeeN is getting away with robbery right now. I mean, he's just taking so much of the map. It's weird because we saw how greedy DRG got in the last game, but instead of KeeN switching back and getting more aggressive or playing more conservatively in some way, he's actually just playing even greedier. And I kind of like it. I think it's pretty smart.
Correct. Heal from that muta.
Yeah.
Call that my muta cannon.
Oh, he's going to be able to get these Widow Mines. It's funny how just aggro DRG is with the mutas.
Yeah, he's going pretty ham right there. And that did not work out for him. Cyclone's getting some great connections, gets some kills, forces him back. That's all right. DRG's got a very high drone count. Of course, we see the same here for KeeN with his SCVs. DRG wants to get up around 90, looks like. And let's see if he plays exactly the same style here. Obviously, KeeN learned a lot about how the DRG wanted to play against him in that previous game with Mech. He only went 2 BC again.
Yeah, it's funny to see that that's the number.
Sometimes you see stuff like that happen, right? For a long time, we've seen things like, for instance, those Blink Stalker openers, where 3-gate was the least you'd see, and then suddenly it all turned into 2-gate openers.
Yeah.
It's like, this is, as people get better and better and better, you know, you get optimized down to the absolute bare minimum of what is going to do the most possible.
We've got +2 attack just now starting. It's important to note, we already saw, you know, about a little bit ago that Bane's trying to come in there and kill the SCVs. 2 attack upgraded Banes are much stronger against those workers.
Flock of mutas still flying around. He is still producing mutas as well. Opening up a lot of paths here with the rocks. Even utilizing his mutas for that right now.
You know what's funny? It's funny to think that SCVs in StarCraft 2 originally had like 60 HP. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember dying every
single rush would just kill.
Yeah. Marine SCV was unbeatable. I literally would open with Forge on top of my ramp and make cannons.
Yeah, yeah.
And barely hold it.
So Zerg's continuing to grow. DRG is a player who is not afraid to take every base on the map. Oh, that's funny. Okay. I guess you can stop the command center that way.
Oh, he did go 3 BC. Okay, never mind. Cool. Right, huge economies on both sides. Slightly more battle mech-y composition here. Good amount of turrets. I love. See, leaving the Thor in the main base is super crucial.
You just need 1 to pair with the
I think
turrets.
if the muta count gets high enough, you're going to need 2. But yeah, I think 1 right now is fine. But when he gets up to like 30 mutas don't really care about a Thor.
Oh, good
it's
scan there.
But, how many mutas is this?
Oh no. Okay, good pull away with the SCVs. And now these Lings can surround the Thors.
Oh, man.
And I might be wrong, but I feel like we're going to have a lot of the same things just go down in the later part of this game, in that KeeN is just going to die.
He doesn't have anything against these Lings.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. KeeN trying to get some damage done here.
Well,
targeting down the hatchery there doesn't seem to be working.
Yeah,
Transfusion's going down.
It's not going to do anything.
Not the most valuable units right there, but losing like 3-4 Thors to Lings as well as a bunch of SCVs.
It's funny. It seems pretty obvious now. It didn't occur to me. It didn't seem like it occurred to KeeN either. But yeah, you can just make Lings against this.
Yeah, you're going to need like some mines in there probably. I mean, yeah. I guess you could have some Hellbats sitting around near your Thors. But something. Not just Thors. Thors do not beat Lings. Taking some serious damage there. Over 30 mutas in the flock.
Okay, more Banes are going to come up here. And he can just have these Banes go right into the Thors, I guess.
Oh, looks like just a move command by. Gonna start picking them up, but yeah, no anti-Ling really makes this tough.
Yeah, like he actually saves that Thor. Nicely done.
Loses 15 SCVs here, but bringing up his other Thors. Forces those mutas out of there. KeeN has expanded over to 3, which I think is very important right now.
Yeah.
But DRG could go and end that at any moment.
Yeah, that all that comes down to is if he wants to give that any attention.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not exactly like it's a hidden sneaky base either.
He might not have seen it yet, but he's checking. Here we go. Right, just enough to keep him off for now. BC's attacking elsewhere. Every time I see a single Thor die to Mass Ling, I feel very, very bad.
Yeah, he's going to TP away now.
Oh, making a planetary to help out with the Ling problem. Okay, there we go. Saving the Thors. Can't be letting your giant robots die with dogs.
Yeah,
he kills
he's
the
losing
planetary.
his Gundams.
Oh my god, he got the CC and the planetary?
All he's got to do now is hit that other base at 3. He's going to get into Ultras. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe there's another Terran player that's going to make this look good, but this just seems like a terrible way to play the game here from KeeN. To be honest, like I see this and it's like, well, what's your plan? Zerg is going to get the top left and the bottom right. Zerg, you've let Zerg literally take so many bases.
He says
that
nobody goes Muta against mech. everyone goes like Swarm Host and Roach
That is
and
true,
Lurker
I
into
think DRG's
Viper
exposed a
I've
little
seen.
secret about ZVT that we didn't know about until now, and now it's like KeeN's playing SimCity, whatever the newest version of that is over here. He's like, I'm a big Civ 6 fan. I'm like, that's fine, but I mean, KeeN doesn't even leave his base and attack. He's just making robots.
He is making
Yeah.
a lot of robots. A lot of robots, Stasis. How many robots does he need to win, though? He's maxed out on robots. Look at this, 133 robots against 108 bugs.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the mutas have annihilated the opportunities to harass and hit other bases. And now, yeah, what about...
Oh, he's going to get wrecked here. This is not going to work for KeeN. I mean, for DRG.
What about pigs? Big boars coming through here.
Cows.
What about elephants?
Elephants, there you go.
Elephant gaming.
Look at this. The mutas mostly die here. He's remaxing on 26 of them. The ultras get pushed back. See, robots win.
Robots did win. Spaceships coming in over here.
Spaceships gonna clear that hatch.
The 12-year-old inside of me is very excited to see the robots fighting the elephants.
And look at that. He sees mutas popping out, so he knows what the remax is.
Yeah.
That's actually very, very powerful to see that.
Later.
9 big robots out right now. Making more turrets. He's got the mines. He's putting buildings in the way of the ultras. Tasteless.
KeeN has corrected.
I'm going to need a written apology to KeeN about his strategy.
Oh my God. All right, he kills that robot.
How many mutas had to die for that?
Oh, about 1,000 gas worth.
Yeah, truly. Oh my God. All right, the problem is +3 attack wasn't done yet. He's making it, don't worry.
It's coming. Ultra's now going to gather
He
up
does
over
have,
here.
he has a lot of the map. Maybe,
Yeah. Oh, you would say a lot of the map? Is that, you mean the entire map except for the
except for the parts of the map he doesn't have.
the 6 that Terran
Yeah.
gets for free? This is becoming funny. He is going to grow into the bottom right here too.
Yeah.
Now again, these are not efficient trades, but when you're, you know, mining over double what your opponent is.
KeeN will run out. Look at those Thor shots.
Okay, here we go.
All right, well, like the Banes can kill that planetary pretty easily, but he is going to lose everything there, so that's not the most efficient thing for DRG.
But again, I don't know that efficiency is the thing we got to focus on here, because there's just, Terran is going to spend all the money reclaiming these bases, and let's be realistic here. Terran, the upper left, that base over there, never going to be taken. Bottom right, too far away. Look, it's the quadrant problem that Terran always has. Terran can't really grow out of the quadrant of the map.
It is difficult. All right, Blue Flame Hellions coming up. KeeN is being very, very efficient. He's at higher supply right now. Like, you see his BCs, every time they fly in, they're like killing or canceling a hatch and killing 3 mutas and getting out. His Blue Flame Hellions killing a lot of drones. The Ultra attacks are not being efficient. Yeah, they're doing some damage, but not efficiently. I mean, at some point, efficiency is what matters. DRG is, you know, he's trading at a loss a lot of the time here.
Well, he's got more elephants. He's got the shrimp bats.
He's like Hannibal right now, right? Hannibal was the guy with the elephants, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, man.
But eventually, Carthage got salted.
Was it Hannibal? Was it Alexander the Great?
He had elephants too.
Zerg players, man.
Even circuses have elephants, man. I mean, it's not that big
They have
a deal.
very sad elephants.
Yeah.
All right, so how many more minerals are left at the bases that are not on the exterior of the Terran's control? The third base that's kind of in the middle that we don't really look at.
Very few.
Yeah.
It has to be very few. Oh, Infestor time. Okay.
You ever think Thors are very cute when they're picked up in medevacs? Or little fetal,
they pick their little legs up.
Yeah, they get in the fetal position. They're like that. They're Transformers, but they transform into a box.
It's like the most boring
Turn me into a
Transformer.
crate. I'm like, you're this is not a power. I don't know. All right, spaceships are back.
Yeah.
Boy, are they mad.
Get their revenge.
DRG now has so much of the map, he looks like one of the Zergs you'd fight against in the campaign. Where you just have to slowly move out and kill all of the units that are...
Or maybe survive.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, this is not a survival mission, but we'll see if he gets to 30 minutes here. We're already at 20 so far. Whoop!
Saves them all once again. That efficiency, it continues. But I'm a little bit afraid. 8 infestors here that are going to have Neural. Neural pretty good.
Now Zerg has actually taken the bottom right. There's only one base Zerg hasn't taken that's realistic. Terran is going to sneak into the top left, but I don't think that's going to be lasting too long.
If he saw that there are infestors in there, that's going to help a lot. Okay, he scans, he sees.
All right,
so important to see the
turns
infestors. It's a lot harder now to use them. Like, if they were a surprise the first time, it's so much stronger. Okay, so we're at 26,000, 13,000 lost against 18,000, 4,000, or 5,000 lost. So the efficiency is much higher for KeeN right now. Okay, Greater Spire. I think he's just getting that to get that. Because mutas don't morph into anything in this game.
Does Zerg not know about this base in the top left? It seems like he's just not...
You mean Terran?
Or the Terran base in the top left. Does Zerg not know that Terran has that? I'm just surprised that Terran actually snuck over there and took that.
That would be surprising if he doesn't know about that. He has, like, the 2 fringe bases, that's all he needs to do is deny those over and over, right?
Because again, if Terran can take that and soak up the resources there, who knows, man?
Yeah, it's a big deal. There's teleports over here, so these BCs are going to end up dying if he comes up to clear these. No longer have a teleport, but looks like he's going to get the hatchery.
Well, yeah, he'll trade him out for the hatch.
But honestly, they might get away as well.
Get back. Thank you.
Yeah, look at that. They get away. Nice.
We're not watching it, but there's an insane fight. Here we go.
Oh my god. All right, some very great Neurals come out.
Okay, so he wrecks that position. Terran will have to try to climb back into the spot and reclaim that.
Well, that was an important moment for DRG, I think. That's where he finally was very, very good. Very efficient.
Now he's going to come in here. Again, we don't have any Niduses making, but it wouldn't kill him to throw some Niduses in the main here.
Bunch of Liberators being added in. More mutas on the way. It's again, Ship Weapons 3. You know, I guess if you go Mass Liberator, like, that splash damage can work against mutas. If you get enough of them.
Yeah, I guess it's not the first thing I think of when I think of a Liberator, but yeah.
No, certainly not. Well, you remember the Liberators in their first form when Maru went literally only Liberators, and it looked so OP. So funny.
Niduses are coming back. So I think the plan is to fly in there with the mutas, throw the Niduses down, basically completely erode the main, taking out all the factories, force a relocation, and a counterattack over here to this base in the top left.
Yeah, that top left area.
If,
he's sucked up
if Terran can grow into this top left area any further, Terran wins, by the way.
I see a lot of Liberators going down, a lot of anti-air going with it. We've seen this idea before.
Yeah.
Like Mass Liberator Turret Thor. I've seen this from Maru, and it didn't actually work when he did it, but it wasn't against exactly this unit comp. It's against more of a Broodlord-esque, like Broodlord Infestor type of composition.
So...
DRG...
Go ahead.
Well, it's got a big mineral bank, not that much gas. I'm trying to check his minerals. The bottom right 2 bases look really healthy and nothing else. Right? Like, 9 o'clock is almost mined out for him. So KeeN is actually starting to push.
Yeah, he started to make this really a thing. I didn't think he was going to last this long, but once he snuck in and got that extra base.
Right, nice snag there.
Yeah. Gets no value from that Thor. Oof.
Yeah, still good for the mutas though, I guess.
Okay, we should see the Niduses. Here we go. I don't know about putting them there, but I guess take what you can get here.
Yeah, honestly, put them down anywhere right now. Now, with the Liberators coming up against... Oh, my God. And the Liberators are going to be able to siege, too. I think he can't do anything here. Like, those Niduses are not going to end up working. He loses every unit.
Oh, my God. KeeN's going to win this game.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
How wild is that? We're probably going to have another mech game, Martosis.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
I want more of this.
He's going to Yamato. They're all Yamato each other. Can he actually get them to kill each other in time? They're just going to teleport away.
No, that's
it's
so funny.
So
Now they kill everything.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so he neuraled them again, then teleported them so they can't teleport again.
Oh, I see. Okay. Man, those things are tanky.
Yeah, they really, really, really are.
Unbelievable. DRG was not able to pull this off.
Look at this. He thought knurling those was a good idea. It kills everything. My God. Okay, only one got out. 7 queens on the way. Yeah, DRG's starting to use some of that mineral bank.
So, sorry, the center right base has how many minerals at it?
It's pretty healthy, I believe.
Okay.
Has to deny that one.
It actually doesn't have that much, but let's see here. This is not a very well-defended base. Just kill this off.
Yeah, utilizes his Banes, but we are getting to really limited resources here for DRG.
Yeah. Ooh, no, this is a lot of tanks he's killing off here.
Yeah,
He's actually making his way pretty deep. And again, even though these turrets and sensor towers don't seem like a big deal, they do kind of, it's almost like Terran creep, getting close to a another base to take. Now, DRG is losing bases, or getting pushed, I should say, in the bottom right. But where is Terran really mining from? Is it not just now the third base? I mean, these minerals are... I mean,
yeah, no, it's only 9 o'clock.
So maybe DRG actually does still win this.
Yeah, maybe. Such a crazy game, actually.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, I mean, there's nothing to stop Zerg now from expanding to the top left.
Yeah, he's going to have to refocus his efforts there. Like, he just cleaned out the bottom right. I think now you march north and then think about how you deny the top 2 left bases. This recovering his retreating Thors here with Mass Liberator. It's kind of a hard comp to actually engage, isn't it? Liberator Thor.
So,
this is a sick game.
This is a wild game, man. All right, so Terran can't go back up to the top left. Zerg is going to just keep pushing the creep out here. This base is basically all that Terran has, and some of the patches are already gone.
Yeah.
Although Zerg is very low on bases, there's plenty of map to grow into, right? I think... oh, man, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a very hard one to call right now. I think it just comes down to engagements. We still have, like, how many infestors? Let's see, 7.
7.
That's,
right over there. Hold on.
Hard to deal with.
Oh,
yeah, look at that.
Beautifully done.
But actually, I think he's still going to hold here.
Does he? Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What? He's just going to dive on the planetary. Can he actually get this? Oh, my God. KeeN wins.
Wow.
What the hell?
Crazy game.
That was insane.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So he learned some about how to play against DRG from that previous game on Blackburn, I think. Had a little bit better anti-air. DRG, I think DRG made a few moves that got him into a good position, and then KeeN had to fight back, like those Lings rounds on the Thors. Honestly, looking at this from KeeN's perspective, I think he should go for this strategy again. And he needs to just make sure that the Lings don't do as much. Because the first game, the Mutas wrecked him. The second game, the Lings wrecked him.
Going for the exhaust play, one of the harder ways to play StarCraft, but KeeN pulled it off.
Yeah.
DRG mined out his side of the map and then wasn't able to muster enough forces to stop the slow crawl of turrets and planetaries. Let's go to game 4.
Team NV, DRG. Africa Freaks, KeeN.
All right. I was wondering if maybe there's a small chance he rushes just to kind of mix it up, but it doesn't look like it.
I'm excited to see what KeeN decides to do, because these 3 games have been so very different how he's opened. Like the 3CC into BC into mech in that last game. Obviously we had that cool double proxy racks in game 1.
Yeah.
Game 2, you know, just kind of a more standard BC opener.
Now, you know, we were talking about the last finals. I do wonder if Rogue is going to take a page from that, and maybe
DRG, you mean?
I'm sorry, DRG is going to take a page from Rogue is what I'm trying to say. And maybe do something more aggro. DRG is definitely playing the way that DRG likes to play, but it does appear that KeeN's now onto something.
Yeah.
That. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, I was going to say you're right. He's playing how he likes to play. DRG's a big macro player. He wants to have 1 million drones in the whole map.
Yeah.
That's how he plays. But the thing is, KeeN might not feel like he can do that strat again. And again, that map in particular is pretty good for it. Here on Lightshade, I mean, a little bit harder maybe, but it's not that big a map. Nice drone micro.
So
micro as well.
If he's gonna hold the Lings like like he did not in the last game, what is it just a Hellbat here or there? Or was it that he went for Thors too early?
Yeah, I feel like Widow Mines might be more of an answer than a Hellbat here and there.
Like, could be. I mean, Widow Mines sometimes, if Lings run in though, if you're just run like moving, right clicking, then it just tends to get the one in the front.
Yeah,
if they
sometimes.
stop and fight.
You can also have them in a more defensive stance where, like, as the Lings get up to the Thor, it's going off. So then they're clumped a bit more. You know, there's just such a wide range of how you can place things, I guess. But, I mean, first we got to see if he's going to do a BC opener.
Okay, so that starport's done now. Let's see if the BCs are inbound. I think they are. I think that KeeN's basically going to try to drag this out. Oh,
Cloak Banshee. Never mind.
Never you mind.
Just because he's going Cloak Banshee doesn't mean he won't go mech, but I don't think he's... It does not feel to me like he is going to.
But it does seem like the mech is particularly strong and doable and durable, honestly, when you have the battlecruisers in the game.
Yeah,
you have this ability to interfere. Honestly, harassing with battlecruisers is one of the easiest things to do in the entire game.
Yeah, it's not too skill intensive. The one thing to say though, there is a second type of mech that has speed banshees as a big part of it. There's an armory. Now that might just be for a Hellbat Banshee push.
Yeah, well, it's not a bad idea, I think, if that's what he wants to do, even though we normally condemn Hellbat pushes.
And we will continue to condemn Hellbat pushes.
But it might catch this DRG off guard.
We shall see about that. Now, even if it catches him off guard, don't forget, he has the Queen unit. And they don't have to be hit by Hellbats if you don't want them to be.
Here come those Hellions now.
Ooh, very nice. 2 more gases. It might be back tasteless. Yep, there's the Banshee speed.
Okay.
So it is that second type.
It's just a different type of harass with it from the air.
Speed Banshees are great too. They are similar to BCs in a lot of ways. They have that really high DPS, but they actually move around so quickly that they generally get away just like the BCs do.
Okay, so the Spore's gonna just hunker down over here. What are the risks, though, here. If he's going to just try to go into Banshees, I know it's a different style, obviously, but... Oh, because the Hellions are just going to try to come in here and commit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the BCs might be slightly stronger against the Muta-type openers that DRG's been using, right? Because Mutas are going to fight against the Banshees a little bit better than against BCs. You saw every time the Mutas flew towards the BCs, he modeled 3 of them and jumped away.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like over the course of the game, those BCs killed like 12 Mutas, 15 Mutas,
yeah,
something like that.
Lots of gas.
Yeah, whereas the Banshees don't have any recourse other than to just run away. That's it. So the Spire is coming. KeeN on his 3 bases, adding his factories up.
The shape of the map is very different.
Yes, very much.
There's a lot less to kind of abuse here on these big maps. You know, the largest StarCraft 2 maps, you could see some of these insane players just kind of drag the game on and on and on and on and on over these little outposts they're trying to fight over. But this is, I guess, one of the tighter maps. Right now, the expansion patterns are being mirrored on either side. They're both hugging their respective spawn side.
They have 7 bases on each side of the map. So I guess, you know, the fighting would probably be over...
This might actually
bottom,
be better.
center, top, mid.
It might be better for the meching Terran, honestly. Zerg just expands faster anyways. We've talked about this a lot, you know, in GSL, where it's like, this is basically a really smart way to kind of like handle Zergs that you just can't attack into, is just let them expand ahead of you like Zergs always do. And then as you're taking your last base, their last base is mining out.
Yeah, and you can't do that sometimes, like we saw from KeeN there, right? He was up like 12,000 minerals in trades and like 10,000 gas in trades. Okay, the Muta's flying across the map right now. Let's see what the anti-air looks like. Uh-oh. That's not good. That is not good at all for KeeN.
Yeah, KeeN's starting to take...
man, yeah, just GG's. Just way too much damage there.
Yeah, well, you know, one of the tricky things about setting up like that is that you're pretty brittle until you've filled in all the little gaps.
Well, yeah, he tried to do so much there, right? He's going speed Banshees and harassing with Hellions and Banshees while taking a 3rd base. Lings are coming in. He doesn't have his turrets ready. Yeah, you're
DRG
dead.
saw the opening. He went for it. He took the kill.
Okay, last game of the night coming up here. Oxide, either DRG or KeeN is going to advance to GSL Code S round of 16.
I welcome either one. KeeN is looking pretty inspirational, to be honest, with this super greedy, super turtley style of play. But DRG, of course, a fixture of StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
Oxide is where it will end as we wrap up day 1 of Code A here. Let's find out which of these 2 players moves on to GSL Code S.
Team NV, DRG. Africa Freaks, KeeN.
Yeah,
Foxy Barracks.
That's how we do. I'll tell you what, I think this is a little bit predictable, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you know, it's funny because we started this out with a rush too, but the way I'm looking at this is like the middle of this best of 5 was basically, you know, KeeN trying to force this mech play, and DRG beating it, and then KeeN adjusting and dealing with it, and then we watched DRG adjust and punish. And I think KeeN just doesn't want to go for it again.
Maybe. He's, I think it's going to be the same one as game 1, though, where it's not really, he's, you know, this is not something that he can't recover from.
I mean,
like, it's gonna look like it's a bunker rush, but it's going to turn into Reapers, I believe.
But, I mean, game 1 was honestly a pretty big stomping, man.
Yeah, yeah, you did great.
Now, is this Overlord going to spot this? It's going to tip anything off here for KeeN. All right, seeing that, that's all you need to know. Whips that around.
Now, it has to be in his mind, is this going to be like full-on Marines? Look, he's sending way less drones this time.
Yeah.
Way less.
Gets the block off on the bunker. It hasn't even started. There it goes now. 6 links inbound here.
That double Reaper on the way. Okay, here come more drones. Got to push this back. KeeN will give up the position.
DRG so perfect in his control.
Yeah, he is doing a good job with these drones, not losing any yet.
Lings are out. This bunker's going to finish, man.
Yeah, it does look that
Can he
way.
actually... Oh, that's pretty smart. He just has...
Wow, yeah, that blocked the follow right there. The Ling's going to get on top of the Marines, which is actually huge.
Yeah, this has been handled. That's so funny.
Really, that was good. That was well done.
Yeah, I know. DRG's done an amazing job.
But it's Reapers now.
Yeah, but I think that... Look, DRG did an okay job holding it last time, but the follow-up push was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we're watching KeeN try to do the same magic trick twice here.
Yes, definitely.
And now DRG's going to be like, oh, the coin's in your other hand. And KeeN's just like, no, it's not.
That kills off one of the Reapers already. He hasn't lost a single drone. He's lost only a few Lings. This is going so much better for DRG than game 1. So much better. My God,
Yeah.
he's lost 5 Lings to kill that much.
This is a truly amazing best of 5. We're seeing why DRG is so good at adapting and handling everything. Okay, pushes that Queen away. Reaper's coming back now. Yeah, they're just not doing any damage, are they?
No, he's not doing anything.
You know, Reapers, they don't scale well.
No, they're not going to
So
do much anything else other than
it's
a little bit
over.
of scouting, a little bit of grenades. But I imagine he's going to play very similarly to what we saw before, right? Like he's gone 3CC, maybe up into Stim, Mass Hellion, do that Stim Hellbat push, but
Could be.
he did so much more in game 1 that I can't imagine that working this time because he got like really far ahead game 1.
So, for KeeN, you know, getting the bio and everything else, I don't know. I mean, maybe he'll be okay on this. I feel like the mech play and the fact that we had 3 games where he was really trying to just pull that off, I feel like that's the thing KeeN's probably by far the best at.
I think so too.
And so, the fact that he's switching into this, I mean, I'm going to be blown away if KeeN can win this with this style against DRG. You know, we never got to talk or cast a game from DRG where it's a normal TVZ and he's muted up and you know, we're getting to where it's going to be, but it seems like now we are.
Yeah.
So if history is any indicator of how this will go, I think DRG is going to be in very strong shape.
I tend to agree with you. That's what it's looking like so far, at least. But let's not count KeeN out because we haven't seen him in that position yet either.
That's
he's
true.
been doing mech, but like, you can't be a good Terran and not be able to play a solid bio.
Well,
game.
I mean, I'm sure he's good. It's just that DRG's so strong against this.
Yeah. But he might have a few little tricks and tactics up his sleeves. I can't imagine what it will be the more I'm watching his build unfold. I'm like, no, nothing, nothing out of the ordinary here. Nothing that makes me think that DRG is going to die. And the longer the game goes, the more you got to hand it towards DRG. He's just so good at that late game.
So that stim's done. The Hellions are going to come in here and do a little attack. And, you know, again, it's the same strat that we saw from game 1. It worked so well it threw DRG off and showed us that KeeN really is prepared and ready to seriously try to get into GSL. But, you know, he opened up with it again. I almost think he should have just done the, you know, the different all-in. Like, actually just done the full bunker rush. You know what I mean?
Bunker.
I think that would have been a good way to rotate that build in because DRG didn't pull all of his drones right away, you know?
Yeah. That is an interesting take on it, actually, but because he only pulled 5 at the beginning of it, and then he waited a little bit, and then pulled the rest.
Yeah.
It's like maybe if you're a little bit more aggressive with it, like you have a 3rd barracks behind or something.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. Of course, if that doesn't work, you're just out.
you're just dead.
Some people don't like to lose like that.
Okay, the drops are going to come in here into the main. Drones are pulled immediately. Very nicely done. Only 2 are killed off here. And he'll definitely be picking up once the surround comes in.
Gets up and out of there. Still not a bad drop. Not the most impactful, though.
Is he going to try to come in again?
This is what Terrans do. They love to shift-click stuff back in. Like, especially with that factory. How many times have you seen Liberators withdraw, then just go right back to the same spot and die to a score?
Yeah. Here comes that push now. There is a drop over by the 4th as well. Good surround here with these Lings.
That was a beautiful pullback. He knew exactly how quickly that was going to come and close on it. But look at this, another drop here up at that 4th base location. Mine going down. Oh, wow. Not too bad as far as the mine hits went. That's the armory finishes. Spire's going to be finishing up here. This is where DRG is going to get a lot more dangerous. His 1-1 is actually going to be finishing ahead of KeeN's.
He's going to come back up here. He's not really making much of a dent in DRG right now. Oh my god, this counterattack's insane.
Yep.
It's funny how long it took him to actually make that attack, by the way.
Well, he wanted to get everything by for sure.
Yeah.
That is incredibly annoying. In the meantime, everything else getting cleaned up here for KeeN. Things going wrong for him everywhere. 24 SCVs dying.
It's
2
funny.
Marines left, and they're right there.
It was close until it wasn't.
Oh.
Now he burrows this. Oh, this is just nasty.
This is nasty. He's got nothing left.
Some nastiness. Yeah, he's just going to kill him.
Oh, man. That,
you know how many
that has to be frustrating.
more Banes he can warp in the main?
Oh, he can do anything he wants right now. There's nothing left for KeeN, and KeeN knows it.
What a series. Yeah, I mean, I think that KeeN probably would have been better served to do either a more aggressive all-in or at least try the mech again. GG, DRG goes on. What a great set of best-of-5s we've had here.
Yeah, these last 2 series going the distance and showing us some very close, awesome games. KeeN, unfortunately, not going to be making it through to the Code S. All smiles, though, as he loses to DRG. DRG back in once again.
Well, it was a treat to cast KeeN, and it's a good reminder of why KeeN is a player you should never count out.
Yeah, he looked very, very strong.
We're going to go to an interview now, see how DRG's feeling. It's going to be a real pleasure casting his games in the GSL Code S. Let's go to that interview now, see how he's feeling.
And DRG is back in the race. He defeats KeeN 3-2 and he moves on to round of 16. Congratulations. Thank you. And KeeN is a good friend of yours, DRG. But you did defeat him today in a neck-and-neck match. How do you feel?
솔직히 경기 전에 쉽게 올라갈 줄 알았거든요.
So, you know, before the match, I thought this would be an easy win.
준비한 것도 없었고.
So I didn't really prepare much beforehand.
정석대로 하자 했는데.
So I tried to play standard.
저희가 준비를 너무 잘해요.
And KeeN has actually made fabulous preparation.
어지러지하더라고요.
So, you know, I was kind of startled during the game.
살아야겠다 마음 다잡고.
But I tried to keep my poise. And, you know, I think that mattered a lot in my victory.
자, 오늘 박수호 선수의 집념.
And today, you were very determined indeed, DRG. In Game 3, you used too much Mutalisk and then ended up being your downfall in the game. And you were able to get the win again with the Mutalisk Lingling. So what was that about?
이제 제 DNA를 까보면 ST 버튼에 각인이 되어 있지 않을까.
If you have a look at my DNA, there's probably ST symbol on it.
ST를 누르고 보는 것 같아가지고.
I just keep using the ST hotkeys.
있는데
Sometimes that could work well, sometimes that could be my poison.
그 논란의 3세트 얘기도 잠깐만 해볼게요.
Let's talk about Game 3.
사실 뮤탈리스크 디펜스를 열어주신 기분이었거든요. 거의 뮤탈을 150분 정도 뽑으시고
You actually almost made 150 Mutalisk in the game.
훨씬 더 공격적으로 이렇게 움직이셨다는 거. 메카닉 상대로 뮤탈만으로 막 이기시기도 하시나 봐요.
Against the mechanic army, is it possible to win with Mutalisk? Just Mutalisk.
플레이를 하는데 오늘 메카닉을 전혀 생각을 못 해가지고.
I mean, every opponent plays differently, but I didn't expect the mechanic army today.
돼가지고 경기를 그렇게 풀어가 나갈 수밖에 없었던 것 같아요.
So I think that was how I was
그렇군요.
supposed to
사실
play.
뮤링링만 잘하는 게 아니라 입구 열기도 원래
Not only are
잘했다는
you
점을
good at
마지막
Mule's
세트에서
Gling Gling, you're
보여주시고
also good
오늘
at
풀세트
infiltrating the
접전
enemy
끝에
base.
16강에
After
진출하게
full set,
됐는데요.
you were able
사실
to
제가
gain your
좀
seed in
재밌는
the round
얘기
16.
들었어요. 오늘 이기셔도
I actually heard an interesting
잘하고
fact.
지셔도 황기석 선수에게 술을
Apparently,
사주냐고
you are
그냥
gonna
오늘
treat
소시는 아닌가요?
you're gonna treat KeeN to soju
이건
even if you win or lose.
당사자가 전혀 합의가 안 돼
What's that
있는
about?
부분이고요.
Actually, this is wrong.
제가 졌으면
This is just a
술을
rumor.
마시면 아는데요.
Even if I lost, I don't think KeeN would treat me for a drink.
하겠습니다. 자, 박수호 선수의 16강 이야기를 해보겠습니다. 바로
Alright,
다음
so let's talk about the round 16 DRG.
원하시나요?
What kind of group nomination do you want?
뭐 이제 태양이도 떠나갔고
Well, TY's gone,
꿀조를 탈 수 있는 그 티켓도 잃어버렸기
so
때문에
there's not much hope for me to join a good group.
사방에서 낚싯줄로 저를 채갈 거기 때문에
So reluctantly, I think the other players are gonna try to bait me into their groups. So you know, I'm just gonna have to
오늘
rely on my
박수호
luck.
선수 그 지난 16강에 너무너무 기억에 많이 남거든요. 사실
Your DRG, your last round of
너무
16
좋았었는데
was,
남균 선수에게 계속
you know,
패배를
I just
하시고
keep reminiscing
많이
about
좀
that.
준비를 좀 이번엔 보여주실 것 같아요.
This time you're gonna have to make
마지막으로
thorough preparation
한마디
for the round of
들어보겠습니다.
16.
오늘 일단 올라가서 다행이고요.
Well, in the end, I'm really glad to have
지원
advanced.
아끼지 않으시는 저희 팀
And you know, thanks to my team for supporting me so much.
리페인한 타임 선수랑
Um,
칠 만나게
thanks to Repay and Time
도와준 것
for
같지만
helping me with the scrims,
그다음에
also
저희
Dream,
팀 내 테란 3명
and also the Street Terrans in my team.
선수들 다 너무 고맙고
Thank you so much for helping me with the scrims.
16강 가긴 갔는데
You know, I did make it to round of 16.
선수란
But right now,
생각은
I don't
전혀
think
들지 않아가지고
I have the skills to win,
뭐
to lift up the
16강
trophy.
살아남는다 해도 또 8강에서 힘들 것
Even if I survive in the round of 16, I think round of 8 is going to be really hard. But I'm going to try to raise my form as much as possible. Hopefully that does happen, DRG. Once again, congratulations on your advancement. Thank you.
자, 이렇게 오늘
Thank you, Andy. Congratulations to DRG. Day 1 of GSL Code A comes to a conclusion.
Yes, indeed. We had 3 very different matches. ByuN just smashing Trust, although Game 3 was not too bad. We had Creator versus Special, which was pretty darn back and forth. Some interesting games there where Special just barely pulled it out at the end. And then, of course, DRG versus KeeN, where there were some one-sided games in there, but also some really close ones.
You know, I wasn't ready for how epic today was going to be.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be this crazy. I thought it was going to be like 3-0, 3-1, 3-1.
Yeah, we're going to be back on Thursday for Day 2 of Code Code A. You can see the matches there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Do not miss out.
Yeah. You have a favorite match there?
I always like seeing SOS and Hurricane play. It'd be fun.
Okay.
Pure Ragnarok could be very close, too. That'll probably be the closest for sure.
Pure Ragnarok?
I think Dark just kills
could be a good
Armani.
one.
What do you think?
Yeah, probably. Like, Armani is a lot better nowadays.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's Dark. What can you do? But yeah, it'll be fun to see SOS if he can get through Hurricane there and be back in Code S. He's been playing a bit better in that super tournament that we just casted.
Yes. Good job today, Artos. It's good to be back doing StarCraft 2.
Oh, very happy.
Yes.
Very happy. It was a nice couple of weeks not having any casts to do, but back now every Monday and Thursday. Make sure that you are here for it. And don't forget that as Code S starts, we're going to be having live studio audiences
Yeah,
again.
it's going to be so cool.
Yeah, we will give you guys more information on how to get those tickets.
Yeah, you got to book it in advance. Again, don't just come down to the studio and then not get let in because you didn't book it. And it's probably going to book very quickly.
Oh, yeah. People are dying to get back in here,
People
seriously.
are hungry to do stuff like gather and see live stuff. And we're still all getting vaccinated down here in Korea, but eventually things are going to be back to normal. It'll be easy to travel into the country. You can come down to the studio then, too.
Yeah. Can't wait for everything to be back to normal. That's going to be a great time. And
Go back to the old days.
Yeah, but in the future.
That's right.
Yes.
It's gonna be very
Yesterday
exciting.
is the future, Tasteless.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, I'm ready to close this out. I have nothing
Dude,
else to say,
it's
Artos.
been a long day.
Yes.
Ready to go home?
Me too.
Fun
But you know who's
games?
not ready to go home? Those Korean casters down
they
there.
have a lot
They
to say.
apparently haven't said enough yet
No.
in our 4.5-hour day of Code A. I'm sure there's still much more to be said.
Certainly.
Yeah. But again, the new schedule every Monday and Thursday if you want to join us.
Yeah, don't forget also on this YouTube channel, ASL Finals are out.
That's right.
So check that out as well.
Yeah.
That was an amazing finals in ASL. Amazing finals. One of the best that we've ever had.
For sure. Not all of our finals are that good, too.
No,
So.
most of the ASL finals are terrible
Actually
because
not close, yeah.
it's ZVZ or Flash destroying somebody in most of them. But we've had a few good ones, and this was I think, second best we've ever had.
That's all the time we have, guys. We love you. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.